right now. We're in the middle of season 7, so
Game of
kind of
Thrones.
slogging through the end here. Yeah.
Oh man, 7. Yikes. Good luck.
Yeah.
Good
Yeah.
luck.
Yeah. It's a tough one.
Ugh.
It's the season of fast travel, man. When
It
they're like,
it might be the worst season.
yeah,
I mean,
I don't know. 8 is pretty bad. So is season 6, but season 6 is better than 7 and 8.
mm-hmm.
And the only reason is because of Battle of the Bastards. That's the only thing that makes it
So
like,
good.
yeah, that battle scene is the highlight of the entire season. The rest of the season kind of sucks.
Well,
But yeah, it's all just like this is the season when Jon gets from Dragonstone all the way to Eastwatch by the Sea, like the mall,
across the world.
in the same episode. Like
Yeah.
at the beginning of the episode, he's leaving Dragonstone, and like halfway through the episode, oh, good, he's in Eastwatch by the Sea. He's all the way up there.
Well,
And
you
then,
know
like,
what didn't have
and then-
fast travel?
What?
The menu.
The menu.
The
menu
menu.
did not have fast travel.
Welcome to Movies for Dummies and Dummies for Movies. I had to look at my background to double check I'm doing it in the right order. As you can guess, this episode is not about Game of Thrones. It's about the movie The Menu. Directed by Mark Mylod?
Mark Mylod?
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 Mark Mylod? Something like that.
We watched it. Yeah, I mean, what'd you think?
It was okay. So I liked it.
Yeah,
like I had fun. Yeah, it was like I thought it was pretty good. It was. So I've been watching a lot of, like I said, a lot of Game of Thrones.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
We also, what else did we just watch? Anyways, I've been seeing a lot of things lately, and what I've been watching that are like self-referential, but in a really bad way. Oh, okay, I remember what it is. The new Velma show.
Oh gosh,
I have
heard.
Just seen some reviews, and I've seen some clips. I've seen plenty of clips, and it's yeah, it's like self-referential in like the worst way possible.
Ugh.
And this movie is like, it's self-referential, right? It's like it's exploiting tropes, but it's not then following it up with a piece of dialogue that's like, isn't this movie trope funny? Like, it's,
Yeah.
It's doing it much better, in my opinion.
Yeah. I'm gonna be honest. One of the things I noticed immediately, or was told about immediately, I was watching it with Sam, was, hey, that's the guy that played Voldemort. Couldn't unsee it for the rest of the movie. All I saw was Voldemort.
I didn't know that was the same guy.
Yeah, the actor who plays the chef Slowick. Yeah,
that's Voldemort.
Yeah, same actor plays Voldemort. And so, like, some of his scenes, it was like he's like talking about the food, right, that he's preparing. It's like you can almost feel like the ocean or whatever. And then like immediately I was like, I can touch you. Like,
I can touch you. Oh, that's funny.
But yeah, so that's the same actor that played Lord Voldemort.
I had no idea. I had no idea.
I didn't know either until Sam pointed it out, and I was like, "Oh no, that's all I can see."
I watched the whole movie. And I didn't even know.
Yeah, no, it was funny. It made
Voldemort is so, like, it's such a makeup heavy, like, it's specific type of character that like, he kind of disappears behind it. But now that you're mentioning it, like the mouth,
yep,
the
teeth, the mouth, like you see it, and the way he kind of like talks, like his voice, like it comes through.
Yeah. It's,
dude. But yeah, I'm not letting that take away from my rating or review of the movie by any means.
Right.
The movie itself, the first act was very slow, like very slow. It felt a little draggy, if I'm being honest.
It felt a little draggy in the beginning, and then it kind of felt like it like once it picked up pace, it just like hammered it all the way into the end.
I don't know. There was a moment in the second.
Getting faster.
There was a moment in the second act, before the big reveal of Tyler, spoilers. Like his big spoilers, obviously, movie podcast. Before his big reveal, I like moments before that, like 10, 15, 20 minutes, I was like pulled myself out of the movie again. It was like, it's this, like they elevated it and then it like stayed there. and like for a
Yeah.
little bit longer in the second, and it pulled me out a little bit, man. I'm not gonna lie, like
Yeah.
um, and like no, I love horror, suspense, like
It was an
mind
interesting
twisters.
concept. Yeah.
It felt original to an extent. Like the tropes are there that have been used before, but like when's the last time you went to a basically a thriller version or horror version of like Hell's Kitchen, you know?
Right. Yeah.
Like that concept was really cool and unique. And I really enjoyed that. And I enjoyed the little things that were like thrown in there. Like when they first arrived at the island, I was like, something not right. And I immediately
Yeah.
thought they're going to get hunted. They're the final meal. You know, that was where my brain
Uh-huh.
was.
Uh-huh.
I didn't go there, which is fine. Probably for the best, to be honest. But
Yeah. Oh, definitely. That would have been that would
super
have made it
cheesy.
bad.
Yeah.
That would have made it like like what's the movie we just watched on the
Oh,
watch along
on the
episode?
watch along, it's not out yet.
Babysitter.
The babysitter, yeah. Oh, if y'all don't know, we are doing watch along episodes for when we can't film or there's not really a movie out that we want to film about and talk about.
Yeah.
So look for that in the next couple weeks. You know, when things start to pick up in our lives, we'll put a little watch along on. But
Yeah.
back to the menu. There was also a moment in the movie where I really appreciated the attention to detail from like the moment you're introduced to characters. Like they're giving a defining factor, and that is their downfall from the end. Like I knew as soon as I saw it, like that's what they were doing, but it's still, I appreciate it. Like nothing was out of left field. Like, I mean, about the characters. Right.
Yeah. And I also liked that, like he had, I mean, it, you know, the menu or whatever, it like the people there were part of his art piece. And I liked that he had like all of the people that have like disrespected his art, and even people that are disrespecting his art and work in a way that they may not realize, right? Like the regulars, they come once a month and they pay whatever, like $1,500 a person, and but they can't remember anything that they've eaten.
Yeah,
they like they come all the time, but they don't appreciate it. And then there's the food critic. You know, there's always a tumultuous relationship between artists and critics.
Right.
But,
right.
I mean, we're criticizing things right now.
Of course, it's our job.
But it like, yeah, but it's like it's also, that's what I mean by like self-referential as well, is that it's obviously like passionate artists that made this, and then they just use like the food dude to kind of tell the story through and like use the setting. I did, like I said, I really liked it. I also I like the whole Nicholas Hoult thing, where like he seems like he's just like this geeky foodie, but he's like obsessed with it in a way that like the chef hates, and also he's like a massive loser.
I liked that. One of the things I really have to praise this movie on is, like I said earlier, how they stick to the defining characteristics of their characters, even with Voldemort. Like he stuck to his course throughout, right? Like even the big twist where he lets what is her name?
Margot.
Yeah, when he lets her go, because like even from the beginning he was like, you don't belong here. You shouldn't be here. You know,
you weren't on the list. Yeah.
Yeah. And like, I don't know. I just really appreciate it because like she didn't deserve to die in his opinion, and she didn't die. Like, and
then the whole burger scene at the end I thought was actually really good.
I thought it was cheesy, but like
it was cheesy, but like
how
she picks up the clues along the way and then like figures out how to like appeal to his ego, essentially.
Yeah.
You know.
I do like that scene. Like, okay, side note, her like there are like 3 standout actors, and I think it's the main 3, right? Like they all played it to a T. It was so well done. Especially the lady who played Margot. Like it was fantastic. She's such a good actress. Like
I was a little like, I was like, I can't imagine Anya Taylor-Joy as like a scream queen, like in like a thriller type thing.
Yeah,
which it was really good. She definitely played the like plucky and like kind of sure of herself woman. pretty well, and like sometimes that archetype, especially depending on who it's written by, can be really annoying
Yeah.
or like or really good. And
Yeah.
I thought it was really good in this one.
Yeah. I also think his name is Ralph Phineas, um, the chef,
Voldemort.
Voldemort. Amazing,
Oh
amazing
yeah, he was
acting.
great.
The
He was
there's only one other person that I think could fill that role to a T, and it's what's his name? He's in the Progressive commercials or State Farm commercials. Invincible.
the dude from
J. Jonah Jameson. What's his
yeah,
name? What is his name?
I can't remember.
Because like it was giving me he was in Whiplash, right? As like the teacher of
Yeah,
Whiplash, and like
that's
that was
his
like
name.
the perfect vibe that would be set for that chef, you know? Like
It's very similar character archetype.
yes,
J.K. Simmons.
J.K. Simmons would be amazing. He's great in those like
He would have done
villainous
that well.
roles. Yeah.
Yeah.
Um.
But I will say, I think he has a different intensity to him. Like now I'm
Mhm.
imagining the same movie, but with the Whiplash character, where like he's
Yeah.
super passionate but really aggressive. Whereas like the Voldemort, I can't remember his name again.
Ralph Phineas.
Ralph Phineas.
Yeah.
He has more of that like calm intensity.
Yeah.
Like it's more it's a little bit more unsettling to me. Like
Maybe I got Whiplash vibes from when he made Tyler Cook.
oh, that was definitely Whiplash
That was
vibes. That
very
scene was
Whiplash.
hilarious too. That
He's like shaking. It's like scallops.
he's like freaking out. He's like having a hard time, and then I love with every meal they do like they show it coming into frame really nice, kind of like dress
Yeah.
table, and they
Yeah.
put the little like graphic up that talks about it, and it's like what do they call it? What's his name in the movie?
Tyler's meal.
Tyler's bullshit.
Yeah, Tyler's bullshit. Yeah. Oh, dude, that was so funny.
Inedible, completely unseasoned. Yeah,
Oh yeah,
that was
yeah. It was
awesome.
like raw
It was hilarious.
lamb and yeah.
Yeah, undercooked lamb with shitty leeks or something that was
Hmm.
freaking hilarious.
I think the movie really started to pick up when his sous chef comes up, like walks
Oh,
up and announces his meal and
himself?
then shoots
Yeah.
himself. Yeah, I think that's when the movie was like, and we're
got
going.
real.
Yeah, welcome
Yeah.
to the movie. I don't know about you, but I didn't see any previews for this movie. I knew nothing about it. I walked in blind. Like I was
Me too.
that was a pure blind movie. Which I
heard
like
the
doing.
elevator pitch. The like it's like Hell's Kitchen meets Thriller.
Yeah.
That was like that's all I knew about it. I was like, oh okay, I get that.
Mm-hmm.
But, yeah.
Yeah, there were some plot holes to it too, I think, like or things that I didn't think made sense, maybe director cuts and stuff that like trimmed down the movie. Like I didn't really understand the significance of Margot going like they hyped up the house like no one's allowed to be in the house. I get it, right? She goes there to find like his weakness essentially, right? Like what gave him joy. But why was the Asian hostess there and was like, "You're taking my job"? Like I didn't understand that.
I
Like-
didn't quite get that either. I think that character was just supposed to seem like an unhinged, follower of the chef guy.
Yeah, but like
I don't know if her character motivations are supposed to be like entirely transparent,
yeah.
It would I do think that this movie was exactly the right length.
Yes.
I know that there are some plot holes and there's like some weird stuff that like doesn't quite tie together right, especially with that side character.
Mm-hmm.
But I thought that the length was perfect. It was like that's to me one of the things that made it so fun because so often now you have movies that just drag their asses
Yeah.
and just do nothing for like 30 minutes in the middle of the movie because they feel like because of the whatever data from Netflix, like a 2.5 hour movie is more popular than an hour and a half movie. I think that's stupid. I think you just use as much time as you need to tell the story and no more, no less. And tell your story. Like you can see it, especially. I mean, TV shows are way more egregious about it.
Yeah.
But in a lot of movies, especially like straight to streaming movies,
Mhm.
it's just like it's like okay, the beginning, the setup sounds interesting and it's pretty good, and then it's like 45 minutes of nonsense in the middle. It doesn't drive the plot. It doesn't do anything. It doesn't increase our knowing of character motivations, and then it's like, and then we wrap it all up in 30 minutes again. And
Yeah.
I don't like
This
that.
had a good climb. It was a steady good climb, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it just kept upping itself, but it wasn't like it wasn't like a crazy, like there weren't spikes in it. Like it just slowly kept elevating and elevating and elevating until it was over.
And you can I also thought overall, like basically everyone in the movie, the acting was phenomenal.
Yeah. I
liked
think
the tech douche bros, like their acting was really good.
oh man.
I liked the B-list celebrity guy. I thought his acting was really good.
Yeah. I think some of the tech bros was like iffy acting. Like I didn't really buy it on some of them. Like I mean, but that's also like the Hollywood stereotype of
for sure. Yeah.
I did like the assistant of the B-list celebrity star, like at the end where she was like, "I'm stealing money from you," and he goes, "I know you CC'd me."
I know. I know you CC'd. No. She says that. She's like, "I'm stealing money from you." He goes, "I know," and then he's like, I sent a terrible letter of recommendation to the new job that you want." She goes, "I know you CC'd me." Hilarious.
Yeah, it had good moments in it for sure. Another plot hole that I didn't really understand was like, I guess the trolley guy was part of it, but it was also Coast Guard, like the Coast Guard.
Oh yeah.
Radio.
Yeah.
When and how and why would he be a part of it? You know.
So yeah, it's just like, I think it's just supposed to show that like the chef is one step ahead. Like he has his this is like his magnum opus. He has, I mean, the tagline for the movie is painstakingly prepared, brilliantly executed, right? So like he thought of everything. So even if somebody were to try to resist and escape, and they made it to the house and they found this radio and they called the Coast Guard, and then the Coast Guard boat shows up, like he wants them to have that hope that like, oh, like, thank God,
yeah,
we're saved, and then to be able to rip that out from underneath them.
I get it.
That's like part of his art. I kind of liked that whole arc.
I get it. It just didn't make sense. Like how? Like logically how? You know?
Like, yeah, he just had somebody, an actor in a boat, just ready to go, and then.
But then who did she radio? Like,
oh, she just like, it's probably
like a one-way radio. Yeah,
it's shortwave. Yeah, just not gonna get picked up by anything else.
I don't know. That one was kind of like, I don't know. It didn't feel very executed. Like it wasn't executed well enough for me to be like, that was good. You know.
Fair enough. I also don't know enough about radios to know, like, you know, how you call people on radios, but I assume it's just because like he had just prepared for everything.
Yeah,
that was that to me, that was like a moment of like, okay, I can just suspend my disbelief here for a second.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
I thought the whole thing was beautifully shot.
Yes.
I thought the cinematography was excellent.
It was very good.
Like, the scenes, the cutting, like really added to the tension a lot of times. I thought the action was pretty good, like in their little fight scene in the house when they're.
I loved those camera cuts where she's walking in the house, and I was like, he has a son, but it was just like the crazy follower.
Yeah,
you know, like those shots were really. It was very horror-esque, like just boom, boom, boom.
Yeah, I also love when she hits her in the head with the foam machine thing. Like that, they referred to that foam machine because he's like the Nicholas Holt's character is like, I have one of those at home. Yeah. And then that's what she ends up using to like bash that Asian girl in the face, and then it lands on the floor and you can see it. I thought that was a nice little callback.
Yeah, I would have loved
good visual storytelling.
I think something else that got cut was the backstory behind her and the shitty husband of the older couple.
Oh, yeah. They talked about it briefly.
Yeah. I mean, I get it. It was good. I think it was just them trying to patch together some sort of backstory so you cared about her more. Like Margot more.
Trying to give us hints that she was a prostitute.
Well, escort.
Oh, well, yeah. Okay, fine. Escort. But yeah. Because then he explains that like she's like, yeah, he just wanted me to like praise him while he jerked off. Which is like weird.
Yeah. Really weird.
It's a little piece of character development that like I feel like was kind of thrown in there as like just a little piece of dialogue. It was it
Yeah.
it, it felt like telling instead of showing a little bit with that.
I mean,
Um,
I do
and
like
then,
that
it, and
they.
then nothing ever came of it either with like
Yeah,
his
I
wife and stuff.
I do really like how they didn't tell us like straight up that she was an escort or a prostitute. It was
Hmm.
more of just like we're
You
giving you
figured
these
out
hints
that
so you can
story.
figure it
Yeah.
out, which I appreciate in a movie. But like the hints, there was not. It was just there to be a hint. Like
Mhm.
it was. It would have almost been better if you were just if like they just showed him Tyler buying her service. You know, like I
Yeah.
mean, they needed to elaborate more into that, and like they alluded to her knowing that couple before they even got on the boat,
Hmm.
so I thought there was gonna be more to it,
Yeah.
but it was just like boom, done.
Yeah. It feels like it feels like it was just like a tell instead of show that she's an escort.
Yeah.
And it was like they needed because they can't just have at the end where she's like, "Oh yeah, he paid me to come on this date with him."
Speaking of which, let's talk about that moment. That was like my
Oh yeah.
favorite moment of the movie, because like
Yeah.
I really didn't have like a great like inkling, like I didn't know that's what had happened. I
Yeah.
knew there was something off about Tyler, and like
Yeah.
I love how they didn't tell us until like the moment, you know,
Yeah.
and it was like,
He knew.
ooh,
Yeah.
ooh, that's good.
Like he knew. But he's
Yeah.
such like a super fan loser that he was like just wanted to die, I guess. And also he was supposed to bring like his ex-girlfriend, but she broke up with him before before he could bring her so that they would both die.
Yeah,
Uh, And so what a shithead instead of just well he can't come
he
alone so
can't
he
come
hires a
alone.
prostitute. He's like, well, I'll
Yeah,
just kill a whore. And yeah,
and he's
what
like
what a
critiquing her the entire time they're together. Like,
yeah, he's like, no, you can't smoke because you're not gonna be able to taste it. And like yeah, he really is like critiquing what she's saying. He's also eating her food, which I thought was a really funny detail that you could see that it was infuriating the
oh
chef.
yeah, oh
Every time
yeah.
he would reach across the plate to take some of her food, he's like, like it was a nice character moment to show his complete obliviousness and also to show the chef's like anal retentive, like you're ruining my perfection.
Were all these
That's
based
also
on
why I
like?
think he made to kill himself. He made him kill himself.
Okay, hold on. Are all of these characters like the people that were dying based on like the seven sins? Because like Tyler would have been
Hmm.
gluttony, right? Um,
Yeah.
Richard, the old man,
Old
of the
guy would have been
couple would be
lust.
lust. Um,
Greed is the tech
the
bros.
tech bros would be greed. Um,
What are the seven sins?
or no, greed would be the assistant, right? Hold on, I might be wrong.
Mm-hmm.
Let me look it up. So it's uh
Pride, greed, lust, envy, gluttony, wrath, sloth. So sloth, I feel like, is the B-list celebrity guy.
yeah, yeah. Envy,
Pride is the chef.
right? Envy would be the tech bros because they were talking about their boss the entire time, right?
Yeah, okay, and then greed would be the boss.
Yeah. Well, no,
Lust,
no, the
the
boss
old.
isn't there. He just died, right? Like,
He just
because
dies.
Greed
Yeah,
would end up being the
he's not really a.
assistant because she stole
Oh,
money.
right. Who's stealing? Yeah, yeah,
Uh
yeah.
huh. The who would the critics be?
Probably wrath,
You think so? Or
but
Pride? No, yeah, it would be Wrath. It would be Wrath because
or
Pride
maybe
has to be.
maybe their pride and wrath is the chef because he's the one
Yeah,
that's like taking his revenge on all these people.
yeah. I mean, you can make a case if we really sat down. It was just a
Yeah,
spark of an idea I had, and like
I
they
see what
all
you mean.
kind of fit. So like that'd be really
Hmm.
cool. Like I love little things like that in movies, like a lot.
Yeah, they're like it's ancient archetypes, right? Like story
Yeah,
archetypes.
yeah, yeah. I think if you really broke it down, we could make it all fit.
Yeah, definitely.
um,
Um, and then that would make Margot like innocence, right? She's
right,
the one that escapes,
right, because she doesn't fall
um,
into the categories.
which is quite poetic. Her being a whore, right? Like the
Yeah, yeah. I love poetry in movies. You know, like some of my favorite movies are like,
because there's definitely like a lot of delusions of grandeur and god complex going on with the chef. You know what I mean?
yeah, yeah,
Like he sees himself as like a Christ figure.
yeah. That's true. That's true. Um, we're about halfway done with the podcast, maybe a little over. Do we get into the full length reviews now that we've talked about it, or is there anything else you want to
Yeah.
talk about? I mean,
No, I
like
think
in
it
the
was
movie.
good. The only other thing I want to talk about is that like it felt one last thing I just kind of thought of is because
Yeah.
I'm also on IMDb right now. It's like I feel like it's going to not be as good in my mind because of what I just watched recently, which is Glass Onion. Have you seen Glass Onion?
No, I have seen Knives Out though.
Okay, so well, Knives Out is better than both of them.
Yeah.
But Glass Onion's pretty good, and it's like I don't know, it's just funnier. Like it's like the menu tries to be funny in some
Mhm.
points, right? But like it doesn't totally lean into the humor. It doesn't also totally lean into the suspense or the horror. I felt
Yeah.
like it was a little bit lukewarm in a lot of areas
Hmm.
instead of like fully leaning. Like Glass Onion leans into the humor a lot. It's really funny, but it's also like it's written well and the story is interesting.
Yeah.
But anyways, they're kind of similar, especially like once you watch it. Like they're both on islands and anyways. But
Okay. Walk me through your experience. Walk me through your score.
um, my score, I don't know. I'm not entirely decided where I want to put it. I've been thinking about this a lot since I watched it.
Yeah.
Because like every time I think about it, I'm like, wow, I really enjoyed that movie. And then and then sometimes I'm thinking about it, I'm like, yeah, but like, was it that good? And I start thinking about the things that I didn't like a ton about the movie.
Hmm.
Um, I thought the writing was really good. There were some dialogue parts that definitely felt like telling instead of showing like people don't actually talk that way.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
um, I don't know. I think I'm gonna give this like a 6.5. So a
What?
65 out of 100.
65. Okay. What did you give Avatar?
I think I gave it like a 7.
So you think it was just under Avatar?
I think it was just under Avatar. I
Yeah.
had more fun watching Avatar,
Yeah.
but I mean, this is also my personal, like I also like sci-fi and fantasy stuff,
Yeah. Yeah.
like a lot. So I definitely had more fun in Avatar than I did this movie, but I thought this movie was good. I would recommend seeing it
Yeah.
but I definitely wouldn't recommend seeing it in theaters. I don't think it's worth your movie ticket time, but
Okay.
it's on streaming, so
Well, let me tell you the reasons why I'm giving it the score I'm about to tell you. All right.
okay. All right, do it.
I did not go to the theater to watch this movie.
I didn't either.
I stayed at home. You know what I had? While I was watching this movie, I had dinner.
Huh,
I had
yeah.
a nice medium rare steak, some cinnamon honey sweet potatoes,
Okay.
and some veggies. Delicious. Delicious. Really elevated and kept my interest through the first act of the movie, to be honest. It was just my
Mhm.
food. I had a Coke Zero. That was great. That was my favorite part of Act 1. Act 2, I pulled out the popcorn. I had some skinny pop because I'm trying to lose a little bit of weight here,
Okay.
you know. It was the butter one. So that was delicious. Still had my popcorn with my movie. And I
Mhm.
had a diet or that Coke Zero I was talking about. Finished it during the second act. And then I started paying attention to the movie because it caught my interest.
Okay.
I think, I think the movie, it's, I'm still trying to decide my score as well. Because, like, I'm kind of torn because I liked the movie initially. And the more I think about it, the more I'm like, well, there
Yeah.
were issues with it, right? And, like,
What it didn't do anything terrible. Like there were
but it
were
didn't,
no
it didn't do
egregious
anything
errors.
crazy good either.
I agree with that. I agree. Except for
The
it made me hungry
acting,
as fuck, and the acting was good.
the acting was good, really good. Cinematography was pretty good. But like,
The food scenes, like the food shots,
great.
awesome.
Yeah.
Like when they're cooking and when they're like
Yeah.
displaying the food, like you can tell that these like whoever wrote this and directed it and like the people that worked on the movie, they have an affinity for like hot cuisine, you know,
Hmm.
like fancy food and shit like that. Because it's definitely like it makes fun of the whole idea of like fancy food because it's all just food, right?
Hmm.
But it also has like a reverence for it, I think.
I think the other thing that I'm going with is, would I watch this movie again? No, I probably
Mm,
wouldn't. I wouldn't probably wouldn't watch this movie again. To be fair, I liked it. I enjoyed my time. I don't think it's worth me watching again though.
yeah, I kind of agree with that. I mean, I would watch it again with Aaron, but
Yeah,
I wouldn't be paying attention the whole time because I've seen it because
yeah,
it does have some slower parts.
yeah.
Um,
Um,
yeah, I agree with that.
I think what helps this movie is that they made a burger the right way, a smash burger with caramelized onions, smashed down
Hmm.
patties,
Hmm.
um, and the American
No
cheese
vegetables.
was. It looked so good. It looked
Yeah,
so good.
that
Um,
burger was the best looking piece of food in the
yeah.
entire show.
Oh yeah.
I
I think I'm
think
gonna
it's
give it.
supposed to be like that.
I'm gonna give it like a 62 out of 100.
I see
You
what you mean.
know, like,
Yeah, I think I think one of the reasons I almost want to bump my score is now that I'm thinking about it, and like the more we're talking about it,
mhm.
there was a lot of care and detail into what they were doing. Like they there was a lot of like references to what was going to happen early on in the movie,
Yeah.
and I think that I don't know. I think okay. I think
Hold on.
I'm gonna go with a
Counter argument.
okay.
If I serve you a piece of poop on a plate and I like plate it up really nice, I put a lot of care into it, would it still be good? Would it change your opinion of it, or is it still be a piece of poop?
It still would be a piece of shit. Yeah.
There you go. There you go.
Okay.
There you
Okay.
go.
I see what you mean. I see what you mean.
There you go. Uh, I'm not saying that this movie
I
was like
appreciate
dog
effort
doo
in
doo,
storytelling.
but
No, it wasn't.
it wasn't. It's worth
It
a
wasn't.
watch. I think you'll be entertained, but I don't think
Hmm.
it's like, it's not going to set any records. It's not going to win any awards. You know.
No,
Um,
no, I don't think it's gonna win any Oscars.
Maybe acting for the actress who
Maybe a
plays
supporting
Margot.
role. Yeah,
Like,
like a supporting role acting.
yeah,
I
but
don't know. It just like wasn't. I don't know. We'll have to see what else comes out this year, but I don't think that that's gonna be in the running for
yeah. Also,
anything. There may be a nomination, but definitely not a win.
yeah. Okay, so 62, and you gave it a 65.
Yeah,
So I'll bump mine down to a 61. So 63 overall.
63 overall. Okay,
Yeah. Okay,
I'm
that's
happy with
fair.
that. It was
And
yeah. It's like a D minus. Like it was good. It was okay.
yeah,
I wasn't at the end of it. I didn't feel like my time had been wasted, but I don't think I would watch it again.
yeah, I didn't feel elevated. You know, I
No, I
wasn't
didn't feel
like,
elevated.
I wasn't trying to like go out and be like, y'all need to watch this movie.
Yeah, I was moderately entertained for an hour and a half.
I do want to talk about before we end the podcast though. There are some movies coming out that I would like to throw your way for consideration for movies that we should
Let's do it.
see. You know, I think the hold on, I'm looking up right now. I think one of them we should do is the new Ant-Man movie.
Okay.
It looks
Oh yeah,
pretty
we
good.
got to review a turd at some point. We've reviewed like a good movie and a medium movie, but
Yeah.
nothing exceptional and nothing terrible. So we can.
Well, I don't think it's gonna be terrible.
I don't know. I have no faith in the Marvel universe right now.
Yeah, I'm looking.
Everything
There
that
was
they've put
another
out
movie I
in the last
really wanted to
several years have been
watch.
terrible.
Oh, okay. So there's this movie I really wanted to watch called Knock at the Cabin. It's M. Night Shyamalan film.
Mm,
And it's got Dave Bautista in it.
okay.
It looks like it's right up my alley.
I've seen that. I've seen the
It
previews for this.
looks like it could be a super dud if we want to review it. But it
It could.
could blow our minds. It's M. Night. I mean, anything can happen.
Yeah,
you
M Night
know?
Shyamalan is either like you're either gonna your mind's gonna be blown, you know, like he was Bruce Willis was dead the whole time,
Right.
or it sucks absolute giant ass like Avatar.
A third option that we could watch: Cocaine Bear.
Cocaine Bear. What? I know nothing about this movie.
Oh, dude.
Ray Liotta. What?
It's Cocaine Bear, man.
Most tourists and teens conversion of Georgia forest, where a 500-pound black bear goes on a murderous rampage after unintentionally ingesting cocaine. What? No way. It's got character actress Margot Martindale in it.
So I think those are the 3 movies
Let's
we should see in
go.
February.
Okay,
For the
I'm down.
podcast.
Anything with Margot Martindale, I'm in.
Yeah, I mean, people are going to want to know our opinion on Ant-Man. I have high hopes, you don't. Knock on the Cabin, it looks super interesting to me, to be honest.
I also think that movie looks interesting.
And then Cocaine Bear is just, it's a guaranteed classic hit,
That's guaranteed just laugher, man. That one's okay. Well, that one's not coming out until February 24th.
Right.
Bear.
Knock at the Cabin is February 3rd, and Ant-Man is February 17th.
Okay.
So,
well, yeah, we can do all 3 of them.
Yeah.
I'm down.
Let us know in the comments if there's a movie we're missing.
What do we want to do for the next watch along?
Part 2 of the other one, yeah.
Oh yeah, the Babysitter 2.
The Babysitter 2. Watch alongs. Maybe we do a watch along like I don't know when to release those, to be honest, man.
We could release them like once a month.
Yeah, once a month. Yeah.
Like we'll do like 3 podcasts on like current movies and then one watch along.
Yeah, that works. Sweet. I'm excited. Share this podcast with your friends, please.
Yes.
Write a review. Subscribe to our YouTube channel.
If you write a review on Apple Podcasts, we will read them on.
Yeah. Also, I think in February we're going to start live streaming this. It'll be on the Thursday before the podcast release. Mm-hmm. So let me pull up my calendar real quick. You can see this. It's backwards for y'all. So in February, our next podcast will be February 5th. What was it? 6th. Sorry, 6th. February 6th is the next podcast release. So, wait, what was I talking about?
I don't know.
I don't know either.
I was like half listening.
Oh, live stream. So, because the podcast releases on every other Monday. So, of the 6th of February, if you want to see that one live, it'll be February 2nd. Thursday, February 2nd is when we'll do it live.
Thursday, February 2nd. Perfect.
If you're interested in that. What else? We will be posting TikToks soon. Give you guys a channel to follow for that. Support us there. Ken, tell your friends. Leave a review. That's all I got. I'm kind of tired and hungry. So.
Roger.
Oh man, over the summer we gotta binge all the Star Wars.
Dude, that would be. We should do that as a live stream.
Just binging all the
all 9 Star Wars movies in a single 24-hour live stream. It's just us watching 24 hours of Star Wars.
Oh my god!
You ready for that? That could be sick.
That could be something.
That could be something.
It could be something. I don't know.
It could be something.
All right, guys. This is Alan. This is Alan. That's Zach. And this has been Movies for Dummies and Dummies for Movies. We'll see y'all in 2 weeks. With Knock on the Cabin, maybe. I don't know.
Yeah.
We'll see.
We'll figure it out.
Yeah, probably. All right. Bye.
Bye.